What's up, everybody? Been a while. I've been busy, but finally had a chance to do some fun things to the car that needed to get done. My tires were touching 6 years old, so today went ahead and finally put some fresh rubber on all four corners. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the tires that I bought because tire shopping for a 944 is a little bit of a pain in the ass. I couldn't really believe how much of a pain in the ass it was to try to find a good set of tires. So initially, I wanted to get the BF Goodriches with that raised white lettering, which again, in and out of it. So I was going back and forth because I wasn't sure how the lettering would look, and all the Porsche guys will give you crap for putting raised white lettering on your car because it's not a Mustang and all that kind of stuff. But I just wanted 10 extra horsepower, but I opted for the Cooper CS5 Ultras. So the BF Goodriches were something like 135 to 150 bucks a tire, depending on where you got them from. I went through discount and got these Coopers for about 92 a tire. So after the install, it totaled out to about 500 bucks, just under 500 bucks, without any of the discounts, road hazard warranty, or any of that kind of additional cost stuff. I opted not to get that because that was almost 100 bucks by itself. I was looking at the Bridgestones, but again, the Bridgestones were still, my budget was under 100 bucks a tire, and the Bridgestones were still over 100 per tire, and that was just, for me, that was still kind of too much. So as a budget tire per se, I guess you could call these, at 92 a tire. Initial thoughts, I love them. The ride in my car is totally night and day. And again, granted, my old tires were 6 years old. They had a lot of miles on them. They had some flat spots on them because someone pulled out in front of me and I locked up a while ago. That wasn't fun. But yeah, as soon as I started driving these, I couldn't believe the difference of how smooth the car is. Before, with these older cars, I mean, it's normal to get rattles and stuff like that. I just kind of thought, well, I'll get used to it. It's an older car. Ooh, I'm gonna get into that in a second. But the rattling and all that kind of stuff is just plastic and vinyl, and that's heat cycled 36 years. But as soon as I took off on these, the car was quiet and unbelievably smooth. It was awesome. It was almost like driving a brand new car. I couldn't believe how tight everything was. That's what she said. Anyways. So as I get more comfortable with these tires and as I drive on them a lot more, I'd like to give a little bit more of an in-depth review on them because the CS5s, even though this size is kind of a pain in the butt to grab them in because these are 15-inch rims and nobody makes tires for 15-inch rims anymore. Again, except for a select few. I'm pretty happy with them so far. The Coopers, they're not really a high-end brand or, a super high-end. They're not Pirellis. But as a tire that kind of anybody can go around and pick up and put on their daily, I'd like to give a little bit more of an in-depth review on them as I get to know them. So we'll make an excuse to go take some fun drives out on those. Now, getting to the interior. The poor, I think it was 18 months that this car had to sit outside in the Arizona heat. Just the driver's side seat always gets the most wear and tear anyways, but finally that left bolster just quit on me, completely ripped apart, the vinyl cracked, the foam getting everywhere. So now that the tires are taken care of, went ahead and got this bad boy out. We're gonna get that taken care of, get the foam redone, and get the left bolster stitched back up, and get that upholstery kind of redone so that my car doesn't look too much like a junker. I gotta say, the rubber makes it look nice and clean. We really gotta do something about this paint. There's a lot of videos of guys on here just doing paint correction, and it makes their car look a million times better. I've done my best. I mean, this thing is probably at least like a 10-footer. But just the water spots on the paint, man, is so oxidized. Anytime it rains here, it just leaves these ugly water stains all over the paint. So we're gonna have to see what we can do about that. But yeah, I'm excited about getting that seat done. Since fixing the car, I've only had 2 hiccups of the car not wanting to start, and this time it's showing different symptoms than what was going on before. Before, you know, I'd get full fuel pressure, try to start the car, and nothing. That actually still happens on that DME that I've got. With this one now, for whatever reason, when it doesn't want to start, I'm just not getting any power to the fuel pump, even with a brand new relay and all that kind of stuff, and brand new sensors, brand new Hall sensors on the back of the engine. The speed and reference sensors are new, so it's still kind of a mystery that we got to go through and figure out, but hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it. Other than that, I put close to 2,000 miles on the car since fixing it, and she runs great. It's only done that stall no start thing on me twice, which is kind of weird, but 2,000 happy miles, I guess, is a good thing. So let's take a look under the hood. One other thing that we gotta kind of figure out too is, before the car stopped working, my heater worked great, but my air conditioning never really worked. The car was converted to 134, but I honestly, God, I couldn't tell you when. I've been going through all the paperwork and I can't really find when. You know, I can't find any receipts for when that actual job was done. But in going through and taking all the fuses out and all the relays to try and see how the wiring was behind the panel, I must not have put something back in right, because after putting everything back in, now the heater, the blower motor doesn't work, or the fresh air blower, now that's not working from the switch. If I jump it straight to the battery, it turns on. So it's got to be maybe an air conditioning relay or something that I didn't put back in right. So hopefully that's just an easy fix. God, this car has made me hate doing electrical work. Since I did have to tidy up some vacuum lines around here, there was a little bit of a vacuum leak after I initially fixed the car. And I gotta say, since taking care of those tiny little vacuum leaks under the intake, I haven't had one of those stalling non-restart problems. So hopefully I'm not jinxing myself here, but it's been just over a month since the last time I had a little hiccup like that. So I'm hoping this is taken care of now. Some of the vacuum lines, yeah, not pretty, but gets the job done. The wiring has held up great. I did a decent job wiring the engine back. If you guys remember in one of the previous videos, we had to rewire the engine all the way back to the DME, so that's nice and fresh. Nothing's burned. I like having fresh wiring compared to the old wiring. So anyways, yeah, I think that's it's a meaty enough video. Lovely content for everybody out there. But yeah, I'm excited to really put these tires through their paces, and really put that suspension, all the suspension upgrades I've got done on this thing, to work. So we got to do some slotted rotors up front next, I think. But well, actually, we need to drop a new transmission in this thing, because I'm dumb and I cracked the drain bolts. But that's a story for another time. Anyways, so cool. Thanks for watching, you guys, and hopefully we'll see you soon.